I got some amazing things you want to get as soon as possible in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, including the best skills to focus on, certain items you want to get, but let's start with the settings that you should totally be aware of. And one of them is the gathering complexity that you find under the gameplay tab. So when you start the game, you will see a UI for the gathering minigame, but as you maybe already noticed, this quickly disappears as you continue playing, so then you have to focus on the sound and feedback when trying to get a resource to get the best quality possible. But yeah, you can more easily fail and then you will not have the best possible resource. But you can change the gathering complexity to the low difficulty via the setting I just mentioned, so then you will actually have a higher chance to get the pristine quality. Maybe it's a bit cheating, but just good to know that this option is there for if you're having trouble, because it can save you a ton of time. And there's also the stable hand skill in the maker skill tree that also makes it easier to get the best quality resources, so also a really handy unlock. Again, I will touch on more amazing skills in a moment, but first, the most important setting you should turn on, namely the autocomplete SID lock-on and the autocomplete SID hacking. For the main story, you of course have to use this hacking pistol quite often, and there are also these special gear chests that have to be opened this way. But personally, I was mostly using the device in stealth. You can namely also use it to hack turrets and then disable them, but even better is to use it on the amp suits, as then they will also be disabled and they can instantly take them out. But having to do the puzzles each time you use the SID device can get annoying really fast, but with this setting you for one just have to hold the trigger to start the hacking without having to perfectly line up the circles, and can then choose to autocomplete the other puzzle with one simple press of a button. So it still takes some time to perform, but it's more relaxing than having to do the puzzle every time, especially when using it in stealth, which again is a really nice tactic if you also have the eject skill. So this is an ancestor skill that you can easily miss if you don't go over here on the map, so totally make sure that you do, because then you can do this nice hack and then rip the soldier out tactic. You can also, instead of immediately executing the hack, store the hacks and then hack 2 amp suits at the same time and rip the soldier out one by one, which is really satisfying. It gets better though, because you can also do this combo with stun grenades. Throw it and run up to the amp suit to take them out, and shock ammo is amazing for this too. Some longbows have shock ammo as well, but I mostly used the shock ammo of a shotgun, as you can more easily refill that without having to spend resources. Also here, if you have 2 amp suits close to each other, shock them both and you will have enough time to eject them quickly after each other. But there are way more amazing ancestor skills you should get. Totally get your E-crown first by following the main story, because then you're able to reach these locations way more easily, and then go to the drop impact ancestor skill that you find over here on the map. And there's also an E-crown gear basket close by for a new armor for your mount, by the way, which nice. But this drop impact skill is great because it's an improved melee that you can do out of a jump, so really nice to more quickly take care of the regular soldiers. Like melee doesn't really do damage to the amp suits, but now with the drop impact you have a longer range versus your regular melee attack. So that's why it's great to get, because it overall never gets old to send these humans flying. Also get a soft landing to negate some fall damage. You find it over here on the map, and for this you have to enter a cave and simply follow it. So when you have the skill unlocked, press circle on PlayStation or B when you use an Xbox controller, and then you get a 50% less damage. Like here I jump down without using the skill, I almost die, but here I jump down, press the button at the right time and have way more health left over. Now even with soft landing you can still die from like jumping off a high point, so still be careful, but it's great to have throughout your playthrough nevertheless. What's also nice about getting an ancestor skill is that you also get 2 skill points, and there are some amazing skills you want to get early. I want to talk about those. Of course, if you like the video so far, leaving a like would be awesome, and subscribe for way more Avatar content like this. The regular skill you should unlock as soon as possible is called Well Prepared. You find it in the Memories of the Warrior skill tree. This namely lets you equip a 4th weapon, so that's already great, but the main reason you want to get this is because this weapon and the mods will then also count towards your overall power level. And your power level is really important in this game. Like when you are below a suggested level for a mission, you will have a way harder time. So having an extra item that helps you improve that power level is great. And also make sure that in the survivor skill tree you go for the extra health pouch. Maybe not immediately go after the second one, but at least unlocking the first one is great. I've mentioned it before also in other videos, but stealth is important in Avatar, so having the light-footed Hunter 1 and 2, so you are really silent, makes clearing a camp a bit easier easier. And it's also smart to get rid of any ammo issues as soon as possible. So getting the expert ammunition crafter in the maker tree is nice, so you craft double the amount of base ammunition. Also unlock extra ammo 1, so you can carry twice as many regular arrows, spears and firearm rounds. Especially the firearm rounds are nice because you can easily find them in camps and from enemies, and it also increases the special ammo you can carry. And then unlocking extra ammo 2 can also be really nice to double that even more. Like, it will help you a lot. Getting a lot of shock ammo with the shotgun is amazing. And to really never have an ammo problem again, get the sturdy arrows, so you can pick up most arrows after hitting a target, which also are really great. And then the final 2 skills that are great to get are the Bountiful Hunter, so you double the amount of cooking ingredients that you earn from hunting, and the Skillful Gatherer, where you double the amount of cooking ingredients earned from gathering. Like, having these as soon as possible will make sure that when you are hunting or gathering, which you do like by playing the game anyways, you just get an extra resource, and you can also use this to feed yourself and your Ekron. Apart from that though, you don't really need any crafting or cooking skills. It's better to focus on combat first, maybe get more health as well if you are having trouble. Save the gathering, crafting skills for after finishing the main campaign. Now I do say that, although there's one bow that I totally think that is nice to get early because it's also really easy to get. It's the Numble Longbow that you can craft immediately. All you need is a branch, and the bow is great because it gives you access to the grenade arrow that otherwise can take a really long time to get. Like, I never found a bow with that ammo type during my main story playthrough, while it is pretty good at taking out M-suits when in combat. Like, totally better than the Shellbreaker ammo that you find on most other longbows, so totally worth the craft. And also nice to know about early is an easy spot where you can find Sulphur pots, because it's a resource that you need for crafting the special ammunition. Well, if you go to the big tree over here on the map near the home tree, then when approaching it, climb up using the mushrooms, and then bam, you find 3 of them. Best part is simply fast travel back to the home tree, turn around, leave, walk straight to that other tree again. They can get this resource over and over again. It's a pretty nice farm. Now, don't waste a lot of spare parts though on the special ammunition, only like craft it when you really need it. Because later on in the game, if you follow the main story, you will eventually be able to spend the spare parts on some pretty nice upgrades. And when you also go follow the main story, you will of course eventually reach the upper plains area, and they can very easily fly there as well. And when you are at this point in the game, you can go after some other ancestor skills that I quickly want to shout out as well. One is called Ghost Strike that you can get over here on the map. You want to go higher up and then find a cave here. This skill namely lets you deal 30% more stealth damage, and you want to remain in stealth as much as possible. So doing more damage while in stealth is helpful. But for some missions, you have to be in combat and have to take out scorpions, for example. And in those situations, having the Screech skill is amazing, as this lets you stagger these helicopters so they lose accuracy and become a way easier target. You can also just spam the ability as long as your Ekron has energy, making it pretty powerful and also nice when flying over a camp, for example, as the effect also works on regular enemies. You get this one, by the way, over here on the map. You will have to enter a cave, and then this amazing ability is yours. And I also have to shout out the Way of the Diplomat, because the description doesn't tell you too much, but when you get it from over here on the map, you unlock a passive bonus that lets you earn additional favor from completing quests and activities. So once again, this is great to have as soon as possible, so you can more quickly earn the favor to get these items from the clan shops faster, and these can be really powerful. Now, another good thing to know is that in the home tree clan shop that you can reach very close from the fast travel point, like just walk straight, you can buy this amazing chest guard mod that gives another 10% clan favor from a quest and activities. Like, I've been rocking this throughout the whole game, and then it totally adds up. So smart to get this as soon as possible as well. Of course, if you got any tips, let me know in the comments down below, and subscribe for way more Avatar Frontiers of Pandora content. And like on the video would be awesome, and check my other Avatar tips videos by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you very soon. Goodbye.